The bleak winter winds that long chilled economic prospects across Europe finally appear to be giving way to the sunnier dispositions of spring renewal and revival. For those with ears tuned to market whispers, a changing of the seasons has been audible in the brightening economic forecasts. In one of those cosmic coincidences, just as sap begins its upward journey and crocuses poke through the soil, fresh data blooms with glad tidings of greening growth. The respected analysts at Bloomberg have taken the economic pulse across the euro area and found reasons for a more emboldened prognosis. Their survey revealed expectations that Italy, Spain, and especially the bellwether economy of Germany had shrugged off the malaise of stagflation. Gone were the fears of endless contraction, replaced by hopes of mending momentum. Even the chronically sluggish French outlook was revised upward. In all, the projected expansion for the 20 countries united under the euro banner was marked up to a 0.7% gain for 2024, from the previous anemic forecast of just 0.5%. It signals an exit from the near stagnation that has plagued the region through a winter of high inflation and rising interest rates. Those dark clouds do indeed seem to be parting. The latest inflation readings hint that the worst may have passed, with price pressures easing back toward the European Central Bank's 2% target after a period of painfully rapid rises. With that disinflationary breeze at its back, the ECB has signaled its preparedness to start lowering interest rates from their current elevated levels. The professionals polled by Bloomberg see a strong likelihood of 3/4-point cuts to the deposit rate this year from its current setting of 4%. Such a pivot back to monetary ease would be both emblematic and catalytic of an economic thaw. Indeed, ECB President Christine Lagarde acknowledged as much last month when she declared the signs of recovery are evident across the Eurozone economy. Her institution will be on watch for further validating indices as its governing council ponders when and how aggressively to ease the fiscal reins. While it would be premature to trumpet a resplendent boom after so many fallow years, the accumulating signals carry the animating sense of renewal. A revitalized economic spring may finally be within the realm of possibility across much of Europe. For the millions pinched by austerity, any whiff of prosperity would be a balm. Those are the dynamics stirring beneath the surface trends. But we must delve deeper to appreciate the drivers behind such an apparent turnabout in the continent's fortunes. Might it be that the medicine of higher rates has succeeded in quelling inflation's insistent fever? Or could Europe be benefiting from a cyclical realignment as the American economy hits a rough patch? Perhaps Europe is reaping unexpected harvests from its drive to renewable sources of energy, freeing it from the shackles of petrodependence. Or maybe we're simply seeing the resilience of a dynamic market system to rebound from even the chilliest downturns. Regardless of the precise mechanisms, the human dimensions must be kept in view. It is easy to get lost in the abstracting arithmetic of gross domestic product. But every decimal shift portends real impacts on the livelihoods and living standards of untold families and communities. For each percentage rise in the growth statistics, there are implications for employment opportunities, wage dynamics, consumption flows, and overall social contentment. Stagnation is a grinding force, extinguishing sparks of initiative and muffling the drumbeats of risk-taking and innovation. A return to fertile economic fields would rekindle the dreams of young entrepreneurs to launch new enterprises. It would embolden businesses to invest in expansions and pursue product breakthroughs. It would spur the virtuous cycle of hiring, spending and compounding prosperity that has been on hiatus across much of Europe. None of this is to discount the lingering challenges that could yet constrain a blossoming revival. Geopolitical instability hovers as a perpetual wild card, with the Russian menace lingering. The ecological strains of a hotter planet still shadow humanity's horizons. And the seismic shifts in the tectonic plates of globalization bring both promise and disruption. But as any savvy gardener knows, spring is a season not just for planting, but for reveling in the intrinsic marvels of nature's regeneration. At long last, Europe's economic landscape seemed primed for such a renaissance after years of dormancy. The Bloomberg survey is but a first tentative bloom, a harbinger of potentially more verdant growth to come. For the sake of millions still waiting to reap the nourishment of prosperity, we can hope it is an augur of an approaching economic spring unlike any seen on the continent in too long.